Hey everyone, welcome back to Living in Scottsdale. It's almost 2026 and people are still packing their Land Rovers, French Bulldogs, and sourdough starters to move here like it's some kind of sunny pilgrimage. You'd think after record-breaking summers, rising home prices, and HOA presidents who patrol the neighborhood like mall cops, people would finally say, you know what, maybe Boise. But nope, they're still coming in droves. Why are people still moving to Scottsdale? Well, let's be honest. Scottsdale isn't just another city. It's a lifestyle cult. And I say that lovingly. You move here once, you start defending it like it's your firstborn. Someone says, it's too hot. And you instantly fire back, yeah, but it's a dry heat. You'll melt in your car at 118 degrees, but you'll still tell your friends in Chicago it's not that bad. So today, we're digging into why people are still moving to Scottsdale in 2026, despite the cost, the heat, and the fact that your leather seats could double as a panini press. But before we dive in, make sure to like and subscribe to get the lowdown on all things Scottsdale, and so you never miss a video. And for any real estate needs or questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. Save this contact information. I want to be your agent of choice in Scottsdale when you're ready to make a move. All right, let's dive in. Let's start with the big one, freedom. I'm not talking about the patriotic flag on the truck kind of freedom. I'm talking about lifestyle freedom. Scottsdale has quietly become the go-to city for people who are done being told what to do in their daily life. Remote workers, semi-retired execs, entrepreneurs, they all come here to design their own schedule. You want to hit the gym at 9 a.m.? Sure. Work poolside at noon? Done. Grab a sunset margarita with mountain views at 5 and still log back on for the Zoom call at 6? You can pull that off here without anyone batting an eye. That freedom comes with sunshine, 300 days of it. That's 9 months of weather so perfect it ruins you for anywhere else. Try convincing a Scottsdale transplant to move back to Minneapolis in January. But we have lakes. Cool. We have 75-degree patio brunches, and we have a few lakes. And it's not just the weather, it's the vibe. Scottsdale manages this bizarre magic trick. It feels like vacation and home at the same time. You wake up to mountain views, grab coffee from a drive-thru barista who knows your dog's name, and by 8 a.m. you're already questioning why you even tolerated those insane taxes. But here's what's really changed the game in 2026. The new economy. Big tech migration that started during COVID never stopped. Phoenix Metro landed TSMC's semiconductor plant. But guess where the engineers, designers, and execs want to live? You guessed it, Scottsdale. Because it has the restaurants, the nightlife, the schools, and the Instagram-worthy everything. And in a flood of financial firms and healthcare tech companies moving into the airport corridor, and suddenly, Scottsdale isn't just luxury, it's employment central for the upper middle class. And the entrepreneurs, they love the tax climate. No corporate income tax hikes, plenty of small business incentives, and no one judging you for running a startup out of your guest casita. I've got clients who sold 900 square foot bungalows in LA for $1.4 million and bought 4,000 square feet here. Pool, office, mountain view, and still had change left over for a golf membership and a new pickleball paddle. If you're still with us, I'm Charlie O'Malley, your friendly neighborhood real estate whisperer and your Sherpa to all things Arizona. I moved here 40 years ago to escape Chicago's winters and never looked back. I've been helping people, just like you, buy and sell homes here for the last 20 years, and I love it. You have the questions, I have the answers. All of my contact information is below, so whether you're making a move in 2 months or 2 years, I'm here to help. Shoot me a text, email, or give me a call, and I can be your local insider on finding the perfect place to call home in Scottsdale. Now let's get back to our list. Let's talk cost of living, myth busting. Yes, Scottsdale got pricier. The median home price here hovers just under $1 million in 2026, and nice rentals can top $3,000 a month. But compared to coastal California, still a bargain. Property taxes are low, utilities are steady, and gas is cheaper than bottled water at AJ's Fine Foods. And then there's safety. Scottsdale consistently ranks among the safest cities in America. You can walk your dog at 10 p.m. and the scariest thing you might see is a javelina or a teenager on an e-bike. Families love that. I know mine does. They're escaping places where public schools are overcrowded or underfunded. Here, you've got some of the best schools in the state. Public, charter, and private. Basis, Great Hearts, and Desert Mountain are just a few that come up in my inbox. And retirees, they're cashing out in other states and moving here for the same reason they always have. They want to live somewhere that feels alive. Scottsdale's not a sleepy golf town anymore. It's restaurants, art walks, music festivals, pickleball tournaments, and resorts that rival any in Palm Springs. But there's something new about 2026. The crowd moving in isn't just retirees and golfers anymore. It's 30-somethings in tech, 40-somethings in finance, and families who realize they can work remotely and live where life actually feels good. They're chasing balance, and Scottsdale gives you that. Sunshine without hurricanes, city amenities without chaos, and desert beauty that makes you feel like you're living inside a screensaver. Sure, it's not perfect, and we'll talk about that later, but that's the magnetism. The pros outweigh the cons by a mile. You can have your space, your sunshine, your freedom, and still get a decent bagel. That's the Scottsdale pitch, and people are buying it, literally. Now let's get real for a second. You don't just move to Scottsdale because of the weather. You move because it's ridiculously livable. Picture this. It's January. The rest of the country is arguing about snowblower brands and trying to remember where they left the ice scraper. Meanwhile, you're sipping cold brew on your patio, texting friends in Chicago like, you should visit sometime, as you pan your camera towards Camelback Mountain glowing in the sunrise. This is the first reason people stay, the daily quality of life. It's the little things. Groceries without blizzards, golf year-round, a backyard you can actually use, and if you play your cards right, you can do yoga outside in February without getting frostbite. And then there's the restaurant scene. I've had people move here from San Diego and literally say, I didn't realize the food was this good. From the high-end spots like Citizen Public House or Fat Ox, to hidden gems like Dick's Hideaway or the Montauk, Scottsdale punches way above its weight in dining. And don't even get me started on the brunch culture. I'm convinced half the residents move here just to justify their Lululemon wardrobe. It's that casual luxury thing. You can roll up in flip-flops, order a $17 smoothie, and somehow it feels perfectly normal. And speaking of normal, nothing in Scottsdale is, in the best way. Where else can you go from hiking a mountain to valet parking at a steakhouse in the same afternoon? Or grab tacos from a food truck parked next to a Ferrari dealership? This city loves its contradictions. Desert and design, money and chill, golf carts and Gucci. That's part of the charm and why so many people from different walks of life end up here. Now let's talk neighborhoods, because this is where newcomers get it wrong. They think Scottsdale is one single vibe. It's not. It's 5 cities in a trench coat pretending to be one. You've got Old Town in South Scottsdale, young, vibrant, full of condos and nightlife. The average Friday in South Scottsdale looks like a bachelor party collided with a farmer's market. It's chaotic in the best way. You can walk to bars, restaurants, art galleries, or grab a margarita at Diego Pops while dodging electric scooters like you're in a video game. Then there's Central Scottsdale, your classic comfort zone. Cormac Ranch, Gainey Ranch, Scottsdale Ranch, all those ranch neighborhoods that are more paddleboarding than cattle. This is where families land. Great schools, big parks, and homes that actually have trees. The greenbelts here stretch for miles. Biking, jogging, stroller convoys, you name it. And finally, North Scottsdale, the quiet luxury zone. Think gated communities, mountain views, and private clubs that make you wonder if you accidentally walked into a Bond movie. Troon, DC Ranch, Silverleaf, these are the kinds of places where you wave to your neighbor and realize it's an NFL coach. The funny part? Each area feels like a different version of the same dream. It's 2026. It's not just the retirees moving north. You've got families chasing school districts, entrepreneurs buying up new builds, and Californians who say, I sold a bungalow in Venice and now I live on an acre with a casita and a pool. And speaking of stability, let's talk real estate market reality. Yes, it's cooled since the 2021 madness. Interest rates came down slightly back at the end of 2025, but not cheap, but not painful. Inventory's up a bit, bidding wars have calmed, and serious buyers are back in control. But demand has not slowed. You've got thousands of people relocating from California, Washington, Illinois, and even New York every single month. They're looking for exactly what Scottsdale offers: luxury without chaos, sunshine without hurricanes, and community without density. And it's not just individuals, it's companies. 2026 will see another wave of corporate relocations. Tech firms from Silicon Valley, finance companies from Chicago, medical startups from Boston, all setting up offices in the Scottsdale Air Park or Tempe Town Lake corridor. That means jobs, and jobs mean housing demand. You've even got younger professionals coming here because remote work is now hybrid. Their companies might be based in Austin or San Francisco, but their home office is right here, with better views and no state income tax on Social Security. And for those worried about losing money buying here, let me tell you, Scottsdale's appreciation rate has consistently outperformed most metros for a decade. Even when it dips, it rebounds faster than you can say pool guy quote. Plus, living here just feels good. People underestimate how much that matters. You might not be able to put sunset over Pinnacle Peak on a spreadsheet, but it's worth something. I had a client from Seattle tell me, "Charlie, I didn't realize how much the sun affects your mood until I stopped seeing clouds." And that's it, right there. Quality of life ROI. So yeah, people are moving here in 2026 because of the jobs, the taxes, the weather, the lifestyle. But more than that, they're moving here because it feels like freedom with amenities. The vibe is, I've worked hard, I want space, and I want to enjoy it. Scottsdale delivers that. And here's the thing, once you live here, you start noticing how other places feel complicated. Scottsdale's simple. Not cheap, not perfect, but simple. Sunshine, safety, good schools, nice people, clean streets, and endless options for happy hour. It's a tough combo to beat. Now we've talked about the weather, the lifestyle, the jobs, the food. Let's hit the real reason people stay once they arrive. It's the energy of this place. Scottsdale doesn't just attract sunshine seekers, it attracts doers. The vibe here is this low-key optimism that seeps into your bones. You walk into a coffee shop and hear a retired pilot mentoring a kid who just launched an app. Next table, a realtor filming a TikTok. Across from them, two women mapping out a boutique opening in Old Town. This city hums with possibility, and it rubs off on you whether you like it or not. And that energy doesn't end when the workday does. Scottsdale knows how to play hard. From golf tournaments to rooftop happy hours, there's always something happening. 2026 is bringing back the revamped Waterfront Wednesdays. Live music, pop-ups, food trucks, art vendors, all along the canal. Then you've got the Waste Management Open, which somehow got even bigger. Barrett-Jackson's car auctions and spring training, which still turns Old Town into Mardi Gras with golf polos. You start to realize, in most cities, you have to look for fun. In Scottsdale, fun finds you. And sure, it's not all glamour. Traffic still clogs the 101 during event season. You'll question humanity every time someone parallel parks a lifted F-250 downtown. But then the sun sets, Camelback turns gold, and suddenly you forgive everyone. People fall in love with that feeling, the balance between chaos and calm. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, it's expensive, but in 2026, the price of admission still buys you a lot. $1 million house here is often a single-story ranch with a pool, a guest casita, and a view. That same money in California, maybe a 600 square foot condo that comes with free noise from your neighbor's blender. And homeowners here aren't just buying square footage, they're buying lifestyle equity. You can host Thanksgiving outdoors, you can golf in December, you can send your kids to great schools and still get to work in 20 minutes. People realize that and think, why am I not living like this? Let's talk newcomers. I met a couple from Washington, mid-30s, tech backgrounds, 2 kids. They were done with the drizzle. Sold their house for $1.3 million and bought in McDowell Mountain Ranch for $1.1. Now they've got a pool, a home office, mountain views, and neighbors who actually say hi. The husband told me, "It's weird. I work less, but I feel more productive." That's what sunshine and space do to your brain. Then there's the retiree crowd, the ones who swore they'd never leave California. They finally got tired of paying $25 for a sandwich and said, "Let's try Arizona." Next thing you know, they're in Gainey Ranch golfing 4 times a week, volunteering and bragging about how their property taxes dropped 70%. They all said the same thing. We should have moved sooner. And the young crowd, Scottsdale has quietly become one of the best hybrid remote hubs in the country. You can find 28-year-olds making Silicon Valley money while living in modern condos at Optima Kierland with pools, gyms, and Wi-Fi stronger than their relationships. But they'll work all day, hit pickleball at sunset, and somehow still find energy for Old Town at 10 p.m. It's like the city runs on espresso and optimism. But here's the real secret. What keeps the locals hooked long after the novelty wears off? Scottsdale lets you reinvent yourself. You move here thinking it's just sunshine and golf, but then you start hiking, biking, taking day trips to Sedona, exploring restaurants you can't pronounce, joining clubs, meeting people. Before long, you realize this desert isn't sneaky. It transforms you. You slow down, you live more. You spend more time outdoors. You care less about seasons and more about sunsets. And even when July hits, and oh boy, it hits, you adapt. You learn tricks. Early hikes, shady parking, oven mitts for steering wheel, local jokes that summer separates the strong from the sweaty. But everyone makes it through. The reward? 8 months of perfect weather while the rest of the country's complaining about ice storms. So yeah, people know it's hot. They know homes cost more. They know traffic exists, but they also know life feels lighter here. And in 2026, after years of stress, politics, and unpredictability, people crave lightness. Scottsdale delivers that in spades. Let's talk about community for a second. because people think luxury cities are cold or disconnected. Scottsdale's the opposite. You join a golf group, and the next thing you know, you're invited to neighborhood barbecues. You meet parents at a school event, and suddenly you've got a friend group for life. There's this friendliness that doesn't feel forced. It's partly Midwestern transplants, partly desert hospitality, partly the fact that everyone's mood improves when their vitamin D levels are maxed out. Even the service industry folks are happy. Bartenders remember your name, the dry cleaner knows your dog. There's something about the sunshine that keeps people human. And you can't discount that in 2026. People want connection. Now let's address some myths that still float around. Scottsdale's only for retirees. Nope. The median age in Scottsdale is actually getting younger. New schools, startups, and family amenities have balanced out the golf cart demographic. Or it's just rich people. Also wrong. Yes, there's wealth, but there's also hustle. Teachers, nurses, creatives, techies, they all live here. Scottsdale's diverse in ways people don't expect. It's just a desert. You haven't seen a Scottsdale sunset if you think that's a downside. The landscape changes by the hour. Gold mornings, purple evenings, saguaro silhouettes that belong in art galleries. It's soulless, not even close. Scottsdale has heart. Old Town art walks, local markets, charity galas, volunteer drives. You can be as involved or as private as you want. That's freedom too. But here's what might surprise you most in 2026. The migration hasn't slowed. Even as interest rates fluctuate, even as housing matures, Scottsdale keeps drawing people. It's that mix of luxury, lifestyle, and livability that's hard to replicate. Think about it. Cities like Austin or Denver exploded but ran out of room. Nashville boomed but lost affordability. Scottsdale still has space, still has infrastructure, still feels upscale without feeling overrun. The next wave isn't just individuals. It's families planting roots, companies bringing headquarters, and retirees setting up multi-generational homes so the grandkids can visit year-round. This place has staying power. And if you're watching this thinking, okay, Charlie, but is now still a good time to buy? Look, I'm biased, but here's the truth. The best time was 5 years ago. The second best time is when you're ready. Because every cycle we've seen, Scottsdale bounces back stronger. Buy for lifestyle, not speculation. The market will do its thing, but lifestyle equity, sunshine, safety, connection, that never goes out of style. And if you're not ready to buy yet, that's okay too. Come visit, stay a weekend, rent a place, walk the Greenbelt and McCormick Ranch, hike Pinnacle Peak, grab dinner in Old Town, drive up to Troon at sunset. You'll get it immediately. Because that's the thing about Scottsdale. You don't have to sell it, you just have to experience it once. So, to everyone watching who's considering a move in 2026, I get it. I live here, I love it, and I see why people keep coming. Is it perfect? No, but it's pretty darn close. You'll get sunburned, you'll spend too much on brunch, you'll complain about event traffic, but you'll also catch yourself smiling in February, realizing you haven't shoveled a driveway or worn a real coat in years. That's when it clicks. This is why people still move here. It's not hype, it's happiness. And happiness is priceless. So if you're even thinking about it, call me, text me, email me. I'm Charlie O'Malley, friendly neighborhood Scottsdale expert, and I'll help you find the perfect patch of desert paradise. Now, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments, what would be your Scottsdale dream day? Because trust me, once you live it, you'll never look back. Thanks for watching Living in Scottsdale, and I'll see you in the next video.